Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of Christmas Tina, and we're going into probably difficult chapter called Mother. So yeah, another of our friend got fucked up, basically, from the past. We have PTSD about this. It's coming to visit, so yeah, fun time it seems. Let's see. Perhaps verbal abuse would have been easier to take. In the end, we never celebrated my birthday even once. Oh? Interesting. Whose birthday? What are you talking about? Well, let's go. The next day, I was waiting for Sato's mother in front of the main station. Apparently, she'd come to Tokyo for something else. But if she wanted to talk to me, it was hard to say no. She still hated me. You don't know that, but probably yeah. Probably yeah. I knew that. Perhaps it was only natural.
Sakurai-san, お待たせしました。
Oh, okay. Actually a good start.
はい、ご無沙汰して。
Okay.
こちらこそ遅くなってすみません。
Okay. Wow, she looks so tired. Sato mother bowed slightly. I was worried given my previous experience. She'd been very rude to me in the past. And besides, she'd lost her son. There was no denying that. It really hadn't all been my fault. But either way, I couldn't just tell her that she was wrong. I found it very hard to talk to her.
桜井さん、
Okay.
今まで
So yeah, she had time to actually rethink everything. Okay. The first thing she said was not what I expected.
私どうしてもあなたに謝りたくて
Oh,
ずっと後悔していたの。あなたに辛く当たって傷つけてしまって本当にごめんなさい。
yeah. I mean, she probably won't, like, forget this ever, right? She'll always remember Kana as someone who survived the accident while her son basically died, so this is not going to be erased, but yeah, she probably feels sorry that she said that she should die and stuff like this before, so yeah, but she's not going to just forget.
いえ、佐藤さん。本当はね、あの子が何か悪いことをしていたのは知っていたの。
Okay.
でも知っていたけど。
Ah, so you knew more than we thought. Okay. She wasn't blaming me. Her manner was calm. I still didn't know what to tell her. All I could do was listen.
でもね、あなた安心すっかり元気になったみたいね。その服も似合っているわ。あ、これはいいのよ。あなたは過去に縛られないで。
Huh.
運が悪かった。
Actually surprisingly positive. Actually surprisingly positive.
私は自分にそう言い聞かせたの。
Hmm.
あなたが元気そうで。
And with that, she disappeared in the direction of the station. I looked at her until she was gone. She was the only one who had been talking. I barely said anything. I wouldn't have known what to tell her anyway. Ah. It was painful still. I've been prepared to be verbally abused, and she had apologized. She said she was glad I looked well. Perhaps verbal abuse would have been easier to take. Yeah. She's not forgetting this. Oh, that went faster than I thought.
Kana 怎么回事啊？
Wow. Okay, Jink in the ruined station. I looked at the clock, it was 2 p.m. She was an hour late for our changeover. Normally she arrived half an hour early. It was her first time being this late, yeah. Well, stuff happened and she have a lot on her mind now.
说起来，他从早晨起
Yeah. If I remember correctly, she was going to meet someone. Perhaps it was related to that. I ruminated on this. Okay.
ごめん
Yeah, she's
遅く
here.
なっちゃ
Okay.
って
Oh, she wore these clothes. Okay. Makes sense. She sat down next to me. Aren't these like actually summer clothes? It should be cold as hell in this. Why would she wear this outside? In winter? Doesn't make sense. She looked even more depressed than she had this morning.
Kana 出什么事了吗？
Why would you wear this in winter? What is wrong with you?
うん大したことないよ
We know you have like actual jacket.
但你不是没精打
We
采？
saw it.
自分でも
Yeah.
よくわからないの
She didn't know either. That's what she said.
私のせいで
Oh.
お兄さん
Yeah, that's something she never told Jing before. Can he understand this?
誰のせいでもないって慰められたの違う元気そうでよかったっていうの
Also, yeah, she cannot stop blame herself for this as well, because even though we know what the guy did and what was the situation, but her attempt to escape basically made them die. So, yeah, like, unwillingly, basically, she made the accident. That's, like, we cannot deny this, really. You know, like, yeah, circumstances were fucked up and, yeah, but I can't say more. Like, she will not forget this. Like, this is always going to be on her mind.
なぜかひどいこと言われて責められるより辛いの
Kana whispered sadly. I understood most of it.
ねえジーン私
Who?
幸せになっていいのかな
What was I supposed to say to that? There's only one thing I knew how to say.
大丈夫。大丈夫。
Okay.
あなた何言ってるのか
大丈夫、大丈夫。大丈夫。元気出せ。
Wow. Wow, I almost teared up here. Oh wow. That was
い
good.
いぞ、社長さん。
何よそれ社長さんってどこで覚えたの
Cal was finally laughing. I kept on saying it was alright. I wasn't even sure whether it would help her. Perhaps it was doing more harm than good. Still, what else I could say?
ジンありがとね
你有精神，我也高兴。
Oh wow. I didn't remember my mother at all. Oh, is it Jing? I never seen pictures of her either. My father never spoke of her. It seems odd to me when I was small, but it never bothered me that much. I only asked once.
你妈已经死了。
Okay. That's all he said in response. He refused to answer any other questions, but what he answered... Oh. Your mother is dead. Okay. It didn't show up on screen. I decided to forget her. I never known her anyway, so she might as well not have existed. I wonder if she died in some kind of accident and his father is blaming himself for this. So similar situation to Kanna's. Like in terms of like, you know, causing the actual accident. I said to forget her, I'd never known her anyway, so she might as well not have existed. I didn't know the people I saw traveling home for answers of the either. It was the same thing. I wasn't so concerned to my mother. I was more intrigued by my birthday. All of the other children celebrated their birthdays with their parents. We never celebrated mine. Oh. My father was a little difficult at the best of times, but this was odd even for him. One day I came to understand the reason. I overheard my father talking to someone else. Oh? My mother died December 25th, 1968. Oh. I was born December 25th, 1968. Oh. She died while giving birth. Oh. That's why you never celebrate your birthday, because it's also her death day. Oh wow. The same day. She must have passed away after giving birth. Apparently my father was in terrible grief afterwards. I could not stand it, even as a child. I could understand it. He must have been conflicted, torn between the happiness of my birth and the grief of her passing. As long as he didn't celebrate my birthday, he didn't have to remember her death. He was trying to escape all of that. My father was probably trying to do the right thing for the both of us in his own roundabout way. It was my second winter in the countryside. It would have been during the winter holidays in elementary school, 4th grade. I helped my father with the field work as much as I could, and when we turned towards the house, my father stopped. Oh? I shook my head. I didn't know what it was December 25th, but I knew it was best not to talk about it. He put a photograph of someone atop a large flat stone. Oh! Then he put flowers and sweet food around it. It was an imitation grave of sorts. Wow! He finally got over his wife's death, I guess. I realized the person in the photograph must have been my mother. I was surprised he never talked about her before. And I worried. Yeah. Okay. My father seems to be talking to himself, and I listened quietly. He was clear-headed, not drunk and grumbling. I shook my head. I wasn't even going to school. Instead, I helped my father in the fields. Oh? I began to write something down. When he was done, he handed me the paper and the pen. Oh. Wow. Wow, he got over this and chose actually to reminiscent the past. Also chose the future for his child as well. Finally get over the grief. I mean, not get over, but he accepted it. It's probably a letter to a relative. I never met them, but I heard about my relatives in the city.
你该去上学，然后出色的长成大人。还有，找到
Dreams and goals. Yeah, the same as Jiang told him. My father had told me this many times as a child.
它一定会变的。
I'll always be like this.
到时候再来庆祝你的生日。
Wow. And for the first time I could remember, my father smiled softly. He continued to dress my mother's false grave and smiled. That was the last time I ever saw my father or spoke to him. And he died? Or he just never went back to meet him again? I was taken in by relatives in the city. I was adopted by them, but were distantly related. And I was not warmly accepted, and I didn't mind. I was happy I could go to school again. I studied very hard to fill the 2-year gap. I worried about my father, living in the mountains. But I tried not to think about him too often. I was trying to study and become a fine adult, and I was trying to have dreams and goals. That was all I could do for my father, is gratitude for sending me to the city. A few years passed. I was at the top of my class, once again, huh? I was in high school and couldn't ride the bus for half price anymore. Reforms were underway and the universities were back in session. I was preparing for the university entrance exams, expecting to study there. Yeah, you said like it was not your fault for falling. I thought it was because you never actually studied for them properly, but seems like you had actually opportunity for this, so what happened? I felt like I had studied enough. Not that I had dreams and goals yet. I thought that studying something economic would be good, influenced by the things my father had taught me as a child.
已经很久没有见面了。父亲他
It had already been 7 years. These dialogues when there's a date, they're not showing. This is annoying. I just realized it today. It's been a few times this happened, I never saw this. I haven't seen him in a long time, I hope it's alright. Yeah, that's probably the flag. It had already been 7 years. I'd never seen him in the meantime. We had no contact at all. My adoptive father did not approve the idea.
总之，考上大学之后，要
Yeah. I wanted to celebrate Ancestors' Days and my birthday with him. That was all the drive I had as a third-year high school student. I graduated and began to study. It was summer, the university entrance exams were coming up. I studied diligently every day. And as I learned of it, I learned of it, or rather I was told. My father had died years before, yeah. Quite soon after my adoptive family had taken me in, apparently. I wasn't sure whether it had been suicide or accident. Perhaps the word only caused him despair, perhaps he had been drinking too much. Perhaps it had just been a bad luck.
像您说的，我努力过了。
I was going to enter university. I was going to be a fine adult, I expected. In the end, we never celebrated my birthday even once. At least my mother had her death remembered that time. Perhaps she was happy. Oh, I'm not going to see why he did not get into the university. Ah, okay. Well, that episode actually went better than I thought. Wow. So we had chapter about 2 mothers, basically. We had Jing mother that died and circumstances of her death, and his father, and also the mother of Sato. Wow. Good episode, good episode. Well, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next one. So click that like button if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord, become a member if you'd like to support me and see episodes earlier. So thank you once again, and for a Pocket Watch, it's going out.